show you what I got real quick. So I'm gonna pull up on you and I'll talk to you. But so boom, I got everything basically put back together. Everything swapped out. What I would need is fuel lines done and ran on the whole vehicle. Get these two off. Get the main fuel line ran to the fuel pump, inline fuel pump that I have. Get this blocked off. No fuel line return. The return will be at the fuel pump. I mean at the fuel filter or fuel regulator in the back on the inline system. I'm not sure about these bolts that I got, because obviously you can see that gap and it stopped screwing in, so these are the bolts that I ordered to go with it. Alright, coolant temp sensor. I got that over here somewhere. I need to put that, go ahead and put that on. As far as mounting the transmission to the flywheel, to the transfer, is it a transfer case? With the flywheel and all that, I got those bolts. I got a new flywheel, I got the spacer, everything to go with that. Got a rear main seal, but it don't seem to be leaking, so if it ain't fixed, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's how I feel about certain things. I'm gonna use all my factory coil packs and all my factory injectors. So I'm gonna just go with them, just cause right now, just to see if it crank it. If it don't, I'm gonna change every last one of them out. I'm not big on it right now. One injector is broken off, so I will either have to replace that or see if this bull junk crap work go with it that I got, which I might highly doubt that it goes with it. I might get it to work. So got that right there. This fuel filter regulator, not sure I'm gonna need that. If I'm gonna need it, I got a new throttle body system. I'm going with drive-by cable. I went and got a dipstick from the junkyard. Like I said, don't know if these gonna work for the manifold. I do have manifold, and a manifold exhaust. Everything, as you can see, one is already mounted. The water pump is already attached. Gaskets on it, everything. I do gotta put a power steering pump bracket on, and alternator bracket. That I might order different aftermarket. I might go to ICT Billet and put that on here instead of just using this factory. Cause one, I've heard that the factory pulley, or whatever that is, the big round thing, is going to knock against the gearbox on the vehicle. So once you got the aftermarket ICT Billet bracket, you can pull it in. It brings it in, so it doesn't hit the gearbox that it sits over right here. So it'll bring that in over here, and that pulley up over like that. So it's basically twisted, and it'll sit further out, and the pulley will sit further in. So got that. Yeah, I'm gonna order that. I don't want to play with that too much more, because that's old, that's junk. I'm not gonna do too much with it. New oil sensor, new sensor here, new sensor over here. Everything's basically brand new except for my injectors and my coil packs. Got a new drive-by cable bracket, but I am missing the inserts for these to bolt down to them. They won't bolt down. Only one of them bolts down, that's this one. So these two don't bolt down for this bracket to sit properly. See how I got that play in it? It's minor stuff. The transmission is in the truck. Let's talk about the transmission. Transmission is in the truck, 4S60, not a 4S60E, not an electrician. So it's basically automatic transmission. And yeah, all I gotta do is get that belt mounted up to either that flywheel, setup that came off of this motor, or I have another flywheel that I ordered with spacer. Either way, the spacer will have to go on here or on either one of these flywheels, so it doesn't matter. But either way, that flywheel look like it'll work with that torque converter. That flywheel look the same as that flywheel, so either way, I feel like it's gonna work. All I gotta do is get the spacer and put it in between. Like I said, it's a 4S60 transmission. So just seems like it's a 700 or 350 or 200 transmission. So with that being said, I'm mounted to this. I got the bolts. My wire harness is Ace's wire harness. Everything should be plug and play. 4 wires coming off the vehicle, purple, pink, red, and another one. I forgot, but it should be 4 wires to get it all running. 4 wires coming from my vehicle, connected to my wire harness, key on, power, 12 main volt, and fuel pump. So those are 4 wires right there. And this should be running in my vehicle with the motor and trans connected. That's all it should be. Drop it in, bolt it down, O2 sensors connect the exhaust with the O2 sensors, the wideband O2 sensors, and yeah, man, everything should be straight. And I might have to get the fuel system right. I got new Evil Energy fuel line system, inline fuels pump, and all that good stuff. So it's gonna take some time. We working, we running. Every time I get into a little something, I run into a problem. So that's where I'm at with it, y'all. Like I said, I'm pulling up a mask. They're gonna overlook things for me. We're gonna get things straight. Hey girl. That's where we at with. I need to change the throttle body out. Overlook my trans, drop the transmission fluid out of it. However that's done, I don't know. I will figure it out. And I order my bracket, ICT billet bracket. And you get all that stuff straight so I can get ready to connect my trans to my motor so I can throw it back in the vehicle. And I get my shift linkage connected, get my wires connected, fuel pump. Everything will be ready to rock and roll. I promise you guys. Y'all stay tuned. I know I got a lot going on right now because my house look like, but I got my cross member. I got my transmission cross member here. I already got my lights wired up to my bumper. That is out the way. Like I said, once this go in the car and it get done, it go into the paint shop. Straight to it. So y'all stay tuned. It look like what it is. I already had my lifters soaking. I already soaked my lifters. I already soaked my push rods. Everything. They're back in the motor already. What y'all see on the bottom of this right here is on the outside of the container. Y'all see that black right there. It's on the outside of the container, so it was never contaminated with anything. So my push rods and lifters was soaking in here. I'm just waiting to put that oil into the motor. So we ain't wasting nothing around here. This is a budget bill, y'all. Trust and believe. Like I said, I went to the junkyard to get that dipstick. And a couple bolts, a couple brackets, a couple things. You know what I'm saying? We ain't spending that much money. We're gonna make it look good, for sure. Like, comment, and subscribe. 85Cutlass gang. Cram. Talk to him, big. Yeah, we here. We here.